third in the point standings. He has 4 points to his name as we start the next race. Mini X30 qualifying heat group A and C for the final time today here at Kart Center Campios. Let's have a look at the starting lineup. 15 karts about to do battle. Dan Aleman and Andrea Mani start on the front row. Daniel Lorente and Angelina Torres go from row 2. Jesse Phillips and Toby Gale go from row 3. Mason Robinson and Miel Machan go from row 4. Romeo Melo and Vicente Capella go from row 5, rounding out the top 10 with Samuel Woolley, and Londono Brando go from row 6. Jan Rodriguez and Ruben Capello go from row 7, with Winston Camperin rounding out the 8 rows on circuit. Again, these drivers getting the 2 warm-up laps. So like we were saying, the top 2 joint on points. Andrea Mani, Jesse Phillips, who's going to be starting on pole tomorrow. As they start, Andrea Mani has the advantage here. He starts on the front row. Jesse Phillips is on row 3. So Phillips has got the more work to do. You can see Andrea Mani there, the 912, second in that group. The Anna Racing team have done a fabulous job with their driver, the same as Fusion Motorsport. Fabulous job with their driver as they push them to their limits. The sun now completely covering the top half of the circuit, the shade from the hill. So as drivers go in there with blinding sunlight as they enter turn 6 and 7, they then go in complete darkness with their visors as they then negotiate their way through turn 8. So again, new challenges coming in all the way around this circuit. Here we go then, drivers at the ready. The last time we see this group of minis out on circuit before their superheats tomorrow. So, Dan Aleman, Andrea Mani on the front row. They concertina up. Lorente gets a bit sandwiched there in the pack as you see the heads bob backwards and forwards into the tram lines. Green flag goes out and it's a bad start from the outside row, and straight away Andrea Mani is swamped by the pack, and crucially Jesse Phillips gets through and leads between the 2 of them, not leading the race but leading between the 2 with the 0 points. It's still Dan Aleman who leads the way as they go through up the hill. Daniel Lorente holding that one as the cars disappear into the shadows. They come back out down the hill again, and the 1 and 2 separated by absolutely nothing as they whiz down the hill. So Lorente still holding off the drivers behind, but not able to get past Dan Aleman as they go through. Crucially, where is Andrea Mani? Andrea Mani, who needs to outscore Jesse Phillips in this one to maintain that pole position. Struggled off the line. The 912 is in 4th place as they go across the line, so it is Dan Aleman, Daniel Lorente, Jesse Phillips, Andrea Mani, Mason Robinson, Mela Machad, Romeo Melo, the top 7. Toby Gale, not the best start, dropped down 2 places. Angelina Torres also 5 places, lost down into P9. Samuel Woolley up into P10. Chopping and changing there. As everyone squeezed through, back at the front here though, and again, no positions changed, no moves yet. Crucially though, Phillips and Manny need to catch up to those two in front if they want to keep, one of them wants to keep that perfect score. Right now, with where they stand, Phillips would have 3 points and would potentially start on pole tomorrow. Andrea Manny would have 4. These drivers here, though, Dan Aleman, there at the moment, he would be 5th in the point standing as they go into tomorrow. Lorente would be 4th. So Aleman can't do any more than lead this race in the 902. And again, change here because Andrea Manny has got past Jesse Phillips. So that will shake things up in terms of who could be starting on pole tomorrow. But we'll have to see as the race progresses. Again, the whole pack sweeps down the hill. It's a beautiful sight when they negotiate the chicane there before the hairpin as they sweep down the hill. And again, more overtakes in the middle of the pack. I believe Romeo Mello there on Toby Gale. And again, as they sweep down into there, you can see the hand signals coming in. And look how quick they close up under braking there. How quickly they caught up to the back of Mel Minchard, Mason Robinson, Toby Gale, Romeo Mello, fighting fierce. Back here at the front though, line astern, it's not changed. Aleman still leads from Lorente. With Aleman now the fastest lap of the race, 1:11.005. He's bringing along Daniel Lorente, and they were 0.2 of a second faster than Andrea Manny and Jesse Phillips behind. Both of them tucking in, working together. And again, the two behind also need to try and close up and start working together, but a slightly different racing line there for Daniel Lorente. Is Daniel thinking he wants to lead this one now? He goes through turn 17 and 18. Are we going to see a potential move up into turn 1? They've got a big enough gap to go for a move if they can clear it nicely. No, he doesn't. He stays behind. So it looked like there with the body language and the positioning of the kart, it looked like Lorente was wanting to go for the position. And Lorente with the fastest lap of the race, 1:10.885. So that slipstream is working nicely around the Campos circuit. Absolutely bumper to bumper, nothing between the two of them. To race at such a level, at such consistency, even at this age, requires immense talent. And these drivers are doing an absolutely fantastic job of maintaining such clean, precise, close racing. Further back, it's even cleaner and preciser because there's 4 of them involved in it. Led by the 926, or the 936, Samuel Woolley. Winston Camperin there as well. Londono Brando as well, also in that group. Back here at the front though, Aleman still leads. Lorente not going for that move. So as they negotiate their way through 5 and 6, that's the gap that they've formed now from the rest of it. And again, chop and change as Toby Gale gets passed by Romeo Mello. And fights back though, so Toby Gale loses another one there as they go through it. So not many laps to go and nothing between these two. Aleman and Lorente still just line astern. Manny's still there in 3rd from Phillips. Manchard still there in 5th place. Torres in 6th. Gale in 7th. Mello in 8th. So it was Torres that made the move there on Gale earlier on. Romeo Melo still there in 8th place. Robertson still in 9th from Woolley. Now it's starting to heat up as we go into the final lap. Lorente looks to the inside of Alaman. Alaman defends it, closes the door as they go through. Watch for the inside move here as they go in towards turn 5. No, he's going to defend it. Lorente goes to the outside, tries to get the switchback move through 6. Can't get alongside for 7, has to stay behind. They go through turn 8. Absolutely nothing between these drivers. As precise as they are, one of them is going to go for the move, but at what corner and when? Checks over the shoulder, does Alaman. Moves to the inside, and there goes Lorente. Lorente to the inside through turn 12. Gets the move done, checks over the shoulder, sees Alaman there now. As Alaman fights back, but he can't get the move done. Keep an eye as they go in towards 16. Who's going to be the later of the breakers in towards the hairpin? And it will be Lorente who goes through, but runs slightly wide on the exit. Alaman might have a chance here to get the switchback through turn 17, but I don't think he's got the momentum. It's going to be a run to the line, though, as he sweeps to the outside. He might have done it here. Has Dan Alaman done it? He has, by 0.05 of a second across the line. Dan Alaman takes it across the line from Daniel Lorente. Andrea Mani crosses in 3rd place from Jesse Phillips. Mel Mashad crosses in 5th place after gaining 3 places, and Angelina Torres finishes in P6 from Toby Gale. Romeo Melo crosses in 8th place from Mason Robinson. Winston Camperin finishes in 10th place after gaining 5 places from P15. Samuel Woolley there in P10 from Londono. Brando in 12th place. Ruben Cabello in 13th from Vincente Capella, and Jan Rodriguez rounds out the 15 carts. But your winner, after lining up the perfect run for the start-finish line, is the 902 Dan Alaman, who at the end of that scores 8 points and will start roughly, hopefully, when we see the next group go out to see what they can do. But he is hoping he can start on P5 tomorrow. We'll have to see. They come into the pit lane again. There's a look at the provisional race results, of course. And again, absolutely fantastic racing. If we get a race like that when it goes into the finals tomorrow and it's won on the line out of the final corner,